Hello everyone, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching. So we're going to do a reading today on what happened with the summit meeting at Sandringham with the Queen, Harry, William, and Prince Charles. So we just want to get an idea of, we know that the Queen is saying that she is approving, or let's not say approving. The Queen has said that she's going to support Harry and Meghan. She left a lot of things out of the speech today, or her comments today, but I think we can take a reading from what was said so we can get a little bit more in detail what's about to happen between the royals and the Sussexes. So let's get ready for the read. Okay, so we're going to use the Vice Vera Tarot for today's reading. So we're going to start out today asking the question, what's going to happen? What will be the outcome from the meeting today that happened today? What's going to be the outcome? There's some decisions that need to be made. So as far as Harry and Meghan, I think people want to know, the biggest thing people want to know right now, because they've already said they're not going to take any public funds. So let's see if they're going to keep their titles. That's the first reading. Will this be, will they keep their titles? Will Harry and Meghan be able to keep the Duke and Duchess of Sussex title? And I think he has another one. He's an Earl of Dumbarton or something like that. So let's see if he's going to be able to, they're coming out, keep his, in and out that way, his titles. I'm going to throw out 3 cards. 3 cards. The first one's going to be the past, present, future, or outcome. Just that. Something really, really short. Okay. I got 2 cards, and I'm going to take those. Then we have to read them upside down because they're already reversed. So in the past, we've got for answering if they're going to be able to keep their titles, we have the 10 of Swords. So something's come to a completion. This is in the past. So they've asked Meghan and Harry has asked to leave the royal family as far as full-time royals. They don't want to perform any more duties. So they're at the completion of the roles, I would believe. This is the past. So, wow, the soldier's down and dead. Okay, so the second one is currently on, this is the Fool. So the Fool is on a new journey. It's my bright day ahead of him. He's about to step off the ledge, get his little bags packed, ready to go enter into the world onto a new opportunity. I'm not saying he's stripped, but he doesn't have his armor on, and so what did we say? The suit of armors, right? Here, dead or completion. Here, nothing. He's like he's a normal commoner or beggar, but he doesn't have anything. He's not taking anything with him on his new journey. Very little. I don't know if you could see this. Let me see if I can get up closer. Behind him is his crown. Lilies, or calla lilies, which are usually funeral flowers, right? Petals are falling off. He doesn't care. He's looking forward. Okay, and then the third one, moving across him and Meghan moving overseas. This is the 6 of Swords. So I'd say yes, they're going to lose their titles. And that's their moneymaker, really and truly. That's why that anybody would want to even associate with them right now is because of the romance of being next to the royals, and people want to use that to get other people interested in some of the stories and some of the products and services they're selling. They're like, the royals are attract, especially Meghan and Harry, they attract because they're this romantic fairy tale story, right? Right? But once he gives up everything. Now, it's interesting also that if you look at this picture, remember all the pictures they've had that were black and white where they, like with the first Christmas card they put out with their backs to the world. And now they still have their backs to the world. But they look differently now than they did before. So yes, when they move overseas, they're going to lose a lot of their protection. They're going to lose the crownship. Maybe their line of succession. They may lose that as well. And when they move overseas, they're not taking much with them. And I'm not saying they're going to take clothes, and they're going to have a little money, because Harry does have his inheritance. They say Meghan has a little money as well from her when she was acting. I don't think she has as much as she had when she first met Harry, but these are the cards. So yeah. So the next cards I'm going to read. The next cards I'm going to read are cards on the financial independence for Harry and Meghan. These are some cards I found. Let's see. These cards are called, the Grand Bazaar Tarot. Talks about money, investments. For do a reading on your money, if you want to know if you have how you're doing financially, especially if you get into a new endeavor, then we would I would read these cards. It will be part of the package. But anyway, so when Harry and Meghan go overseas, or the final solution has been settled and agreed upon, papers, the contract signed with the Queen, contracts solid. How are their finances going to be? Because they want to make a lot of money. Everybody keeps saying they're going to make a lot of money. So are they going to be able, are they going to be successful financially as they want to be? Are they going to be able to become financially independent? Now, if they make $100,000 a year, they could be financially independent. Depends on how they're living. But the way they're living and the things they're doing and events they're going to, it has to be a lot more than that, right? So financially independent for their lifestyles, the lifestyle that they're currently living. How is that going to look? And I'm going to throw out 3 cards. One for the past, current, future. Oh, they're just coming out. Okay, but I just need 3. Okay. All right. Oh, it's thinking. Okay. 1, that's the past, prior to the contract signing. You want current. This would be as of the contract signing, like right after they sign it, and it's going to do their thing. And then the last card is going to be outcome for the future for them. Is this going to work? I think I did this before. They're going to be financially independent the way they want to be. With the dreams and aspirations that they have by doing this, or freeing themselves from the royal family. One more card, please. Just one. Come, please. One more card. Oops. One more. Oops. Card. It doesn't want to tell me. What is the outcome? I'm asking for the good of all concern. There we go. Okay, so here's what we got. So pull these down. The first card we have where they are now. Right before them signing this contract. Tower. Boom. Just like the Ten of Swords. Tower. This is where they are now. Everything is in jeopardy right now. Okay. Again, the Fool. Y'all can't make this stuff up. Starting new adventures. Blindfolded. They got a bank over their head because all they're thinking about is finances and money. Contract in hand from the Queen. Stepping off into a new adventure. Not seeing where they're going. Just know they're headed towards making more money. This is their intent, to make more money. And this time he has a rose in his hand. So he's going to go out and he's going to try to romance all the courtiers who are trying to get him to sign on board with them. Him and Meghan, especially Meghan. And then the last card. What's going on with this thing? What's it doing? And the last card is the Empress. Again, Meghan sitting with her scepter, holding that bag of money. She is the queen. She is the provider. She can make it happen. It's all on her. So she'll be sitting pretty. It's interesting, it's just her. But the Empress creates. She can create this money. She can manifest this money. She can go out and create new money. Okay, so the next card deck I'm going to do is going to be the Saint deck. And I'm going to read for timing. So when will Harry and Meghan start to receive money from the endeavors they're working on right now? And I know they're saying they already have contracts out there, but I don't think everything is solid because there are some things they had to wait for, or they may have to rework because of the new deal they're working with the Queen. So when are they going to start to see some real, true financial wins, successes with their new foundation or whatever? They may have to change the name of the foundation because I think the Queen, if the Queen takes her title, she's going to probably tell them also that they can't use Sussex in their name. They may have to start fresh. Fresh is fresh. You want to start fresh, start from the beginning. You're not going to be able to use a name. So this is the card that came out. December the 13th. And usually it's going to be the week. It could be the month of December or it could be the week before, after, or during this week of December of 20. Now, technically it could have been this past year, this past December, that there's been some contracts that were written that may need to be updated, but they will still be honored. So this Moon card, things that were hidden will come to light. Blindness, they did it behind the back of the Queen, or before this, the Queen had agreed to stuff, It also says light and sacrifice. So they're making a sacrifice to make this move. Yeah. All eyes on the table. They're coming to the table to talk about things and to actually come to an agreement. So you'll either this started or in December of this past year, 2019, and maybe they need to be rewritten once they work with the Queen and they have an agreement, because some things may need to change. They may need to get out of some that's not going to work, and it may have to change some of the wording or what they can or cannot do with some of the contracts they have already garnered. So, but by the end of December next year, this year, 2020, they will, under the business, they would have gotten some contracts that they've started working on, and money will start coming in independently from the royal family and from the British public funds. Okay, that's that one there. So one other thing I want to read on is actually how the Queen, we know she says she wished that Harry and Meghan had stayed in the royal families as full-time working roles, but she's going to actually let them do what they want to do, if this is where they want to go, how they want to, maintain their family and lifestyle. So I want to know, I'm going to pull 3 cards. Oops, 3 cards. They're jumping out. I'm going to ask the question. One will be the Queen, Harry, and Meghan, about how they all felt walking away from this agreement today, this first stage of their agreement today. How are they all feeling right now? And these are my Similon cards. So let's do it. And I may have to read the book because I don't memorize all these cards. So let's see. So the first one's going to be the Queen's. And Harry and then Meghan. So that's the Queen. And I want to do that again because 2 came out. Let's get this. There we go. 1, Harry, and 1 more would be Meghan. There we go. That's Meghan. All right, the Queen. Okay, interesting. Queen's ready for a freaking fight, y'all. This card is the battle. She was ready for battle. She's still ready. She's still in the battle mode. So let me get the book and tell you what this card means. 24. It's kind of like obvious, right? But let's just read it. The battle. It says you have already had a card that asked you to act, to cut a knot. Ooh. This new card wants to remind you that at times it can be necessary to fight. No, not with a sword or an AK-47, but you have identified your opponent and he has provoked you intensively. And there is no other way but to fight. So she had to come out fighting. She's going to take their title. I do believe she's going to take their title, or she's going to take a lot from them if they continue. Because I think nothing's really final right now. But when they say, yes, we're leaving, we're going to do this, and they sign on the dotted line, yeah. This card wants to say, you need to get angry. You need to get rough. You do not even need to win. Although everybody hopes that you do. You know that half of the battles are lost anyway. Again, the goal here is not winning, but fighting. So a lot of the people wanted the Queen to fight. They wanted her to stand up for the public, the British public, over what Harry and Meghan was doing, and she's done it. She's doing it. So she's in the fight mode, and she's standing up for for the crown, for the royal family, and everybody's involved in that, and for the British people. Here's Harry's card. Okay. And this card is 47. Matter and spirit, which is more? So, 47. I'm going to read that. Says, I'm going to talk about this card in a second, but it says, this deals with spirituality as a commodity. Right now, you are buying from a guru, a cult, a religious community, and brief from one of those used car salesmen. Something which you believe you desperately need for the salvation of your soul. And you keep asking yourself, how could you have managed for so long without it? This card wants to say, you can acquire spiritual things, but you can never purchase them. Find out what the difference is. So for me, with this card, if you see Harry, this is Harry up here praying for what he wants. He's asked the Queen for what he wants. So he really wants it to work. Everybody's coming in to give their 2 cents on what should happen. And he's also praying that it works out when he leaves, that he can make the money to support his family and it's become a success. But it says spirit over matter, right? Matter and spirit. Don't lose your soul fighting for something that you don't need. You already had the money. Maybe the next thing in your life is you should be worried about spirit. You have a lot of, you say there's been a lot of emotional issues you've had since your mother passed and you've never gotten over it. Maybe you should be dealing more with that than going out trying to make all this money and putting you under more stress and your family under more stress. And it says you're dealing with a car salesman that's trying to tell you what you need. And that's going to be Meghan. So let's go to that one. Meghan. This is the preacher, the search for meaning, card number 9. Y'all, this stuff is real. Okay, number 9, let's read it. It says, there are times in life when one looks for its meaning. No, you don't understand it, but you still ask yourself, what is all this really about? Where does all this lead to? And nowhere is an answer to be found. You could become a little melancholic. Now is the right moment in time to recall all you have preceded, who have preceded you, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, and so on. Only they have answers to these questions. This card tells you every insight into those who came before us enriches the soul. Each of these people smiling at you from afar makes the gloom disappear. Same thing, I think it's the same thing as like we're out there. They want to be preachers, right? They want to go out into the world and they want to make the world a better place, but they're using money as the focal point, right? So, people are going to be able to live without all this extra money, right? You can make a good living, you can impact the world without putting money first. Our families have done it before. Our ancestors have done it before. The Queen doesn't necessarily need all this money. You don't see her spending a whole lot of money. You don't. You see her trying to give back, try to be a good servant. And that's one of the things she said when she became the Queen, that she was going to serve for the rest of her life. And that's what she does. She believes in that. And money comes second. Yes, she has money. Yes, that's what she was born into. That was the system she was born into. But you don't see her lavishly spending a whole lot of money. It's the spirit that we should be worried about and more fighting for and helping other people get in tune to their own spirit and their relationship with the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, but not chasing money. And these people, Harry and Meghan, are chasing money. Harry's been told this is what he should do and what he can do. And a used car salesman is telling him what he needs and what he deserves. Sometimes they say preachers are just like the used car salesman. Just saying. They sell a story, they sell you a story to get your money. And she's like the preacher who comes in speaking a certain way about what we can do on the international level, helping people, raising money to help different causes, but really for charity, right? Preachers, charity, right? But really, a lot of them take the money and use it for themselves. You don't have to take, the British rule is what, like 5, if you're a nonprofit or whatever, you have charities, 5% has to go to charity. And I think in America, it's like 25-30% has to go to charity. The rest of it goes to your salaries and your overhead and travel. So you don't, and if she has a nonprofit, they don't even have a nonprofit organization right now. They have this Sussex Royal Foundation, which is for profit. So they really don't have to give any money away once they start bringing in money under these contracts. And they have different contracts. They got trademarks and all these other things and these other little subsidiary companies under them. And they're going to use this facade of preaching and asking, I'm trying to save people, help people. But all along, they're just going to be a crooked salesman or a crooked preacher just trying to make more and more money. So this is what Harry sees. He sees this preacher, this person is trying to help him. And she's not. She's a false prophet. And look at how much damage she's causing the royal family. So that's that reading for those 3. And I think I want to do one more. Oh. I'm going to do a my personal cards. I'm going to pull 9 cards on Harry and Meghan already coming out. This is the middle card on what's happening with Meghan and Harry. And then next, regarding their relationship. So the cards are already coming out. Happening with their relationship, their marriage. As a result of all this that's going on. Yeah, they're starting to come out. I need 9 cards, so I need 6 more. I will take this one because it came out after the other ones fell. Actually, they're coming out pretty quick. What's going to happen? What's happening with their marriage right now? And as a result of what's going on with these changes in the royal family and their roles. And this focus on money. What's going on with Harry and Meghan's marriage? What's going on with Harry and Meghan's marriage as a result of this new change to their royal status? What's going to happen to their relationship, actually, as a result of these changes to the royal status? I need 4 more cards, please. Y'all can see that? I just need 3 more cards. Few more cards. Buttons. Okay, I just need 1 more card. Harry and Meghan, the relationship after the change of this relationship after the royal family status change with them. What's going to happen to the relationship? Okay, so I got 9 cards, and let me try to read them. Hope you all see them. Let me pull them down a little bit, and I will turn them to you. Okay. We start with the middle card. Relationship. Crisis. Is that Archie dead? This is the relationship. Death. It's going to negatively impact the relationship. So let's read it from the bottom. There's going to be an affair. There are going to be discussions. It says meeting. And they're going to end up in court. Simple justice. So they're going to, because of the stress and everything that's going on, and they're moving back and forth and doing different things to try to drum up money and business. And he's going to feel like, Harry's going to feel really, not dumb. I don't want to say that. He's going to feel taken a bit by all this. It's a lot. A lot that he didn't really think through, and she's just whispering in his ear and telling him what they want, and it's a lot of stress between them, and she's pressuring him, and now this stuff is out in public and it's out and everybody's talking about it. It's just as worse as if they were not, if before all this happened. I think it's even worse. So there is going to possibility be an affair. He's going to have a discussion about it, and they're going to go to court. Now, here. It says, in alignment and on one accord. Interesting. For the death. And then there's going to be a long haul. This is one person. A long road. So I think if they get a divorce, a lot of people are going to be happy about it. Celebrating about it. But at the end of the day, Meghan's going to get another rich man. Because she's always a false person. This is how she get him. But at the end of the day, she's going to go back into modeling. And we got called the yacht girl, be a sort of like a, I don't know if she's going to get married again. I think she's just going to go out. If she gets another rich man, she will marry him if he asks her. But if not, she's just going to go back to be who she was before, dating other rich men. Once she gets a divorce. So, yeah. And they'll welcome Harry home as a hero because he left Meghan, got his senses back. And as you know, it might probably end up, it's going to have to end up in court if all this comes to fruition, because Harry is going to have to fight for his divorce and for Archie or any other children they may have. So that's the reading for today, and we're going to get caught up some more on Harry and Meghan and the saga of their life. I'm sure that the Queen really wants to move very quickly on this, so we'll keep in tune. But thank you for turning in, and if you want a reading with me, you can reach out to Ascension Soul Coaching at gmail.com. Also, one thing we know is the cards don't lie, and there'll always be something else to talk about tomorrow. So anyway, peace, people. Talk to you later. Bye.